Okay folks, here's a brief overview of the new Tesla Model X Plaid edition with the Yoke. So as you can see, the Yoke has left turn signal, right turn signal. This controls your media. You can scroll it up and down to adjust the volume. You can kind of push it left and right to change tracks or fast forward and rewind. That I don't really like because it really takes a fair amount of force to push this left and right. The knurled kind of ball here, it feels like metal. I think it might be metal. It feels like metal, which is good. High quality, that's awesome. Up here we've got your headlight button. You can tap it for a quick flash. That's cool. You can also tap and hold and it will stay on. Over here, horn button, tap to honk. This is not a button. That should be like your Autopilot button, but it's not really a button. And by the way, these are capacitive buttons, but just tapping them, like moving your finger over them, doesn't do anything. You do actually have to press a little bit. Here is, like I said, your Autopilot button, and I'm noticing now there's a little bit of like schmooge on there. Oh, but that's fine. Okay, that was just me. Yeah, this doesn't actually do anything. Pressing on this wheel engages Autopilot. Scrolling up and down increases and reduces your Autopilot speed. And as far as I can tell, kind of pushing it left and right, it doesn't seem to do anything, which is a little frustrating. Tapping here will engage your wipers one time. If you tap and hold, then it will, you know, spooge liquid out of your wipers. This is obviously your voice button. There is no airbag horn. That's just an airbag, not a horn. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't feel like there's enough give there for it to be a horn, but there might be. Like maybe that's something they can enable in software later if people have a problem with it. On this interface here, first of all, let me tell you, this Yoke, oh man, people are skeptical about the Yoke. I know people be skeptical about the Yoke, but listen, I freaking love it. When you're driving, let me like even zoom out here a little bit. When you're driving and you feel how much like room you have and how much, you know, visibility you have to your instrument cluster here, it's just fantastic. It's a game changer. I really, I don't know how to describe it. You just have to try it for yourself. It's amazing. It's really low here. And the only thing that really worried me about that is if you have your Yoke set to really low, which I'll show you how to do that in a second. If you have it set to a really low thing for your like driver profile and you go to turn it, you can see it might kind of hit you in the legs there. So that could be an issue. Make sure that you calibrate it, like turn it all the way this way and kind of turn it around after you set up your driver profile. Make sure that you're able to turn it all the way around without it actually touching you. So just be a little careful about that. Over here on the door panel, we've got a capacitive open button. So you kind of press and hold that. It's not a simple press, it's a press and hold. There is a secondary mechanism here. This appears to be a mechanical mechanism. It really is. It's pretty firmly in there. I'm not going to open the door right now, but it's pretty firm. You kind of wrap your fingers around that and you pull upwards, and that will also open your door. So that's a mechanical override, I'm guessing, for this. And both front doors have that. Of course, your window thingies are right there. And look, don't judge me for how much dog hair is on my pants. All right, don't do it. Shut up. Now, as you can see, it's telling me to press and hold the brake. If I do that, you see my little shifter comes up here and I can slide the car forward to go forward, slide it backwards to go backwards. If I do that, I get my camera view, including the left and right repeater. And you can see on the main screen, as I slide upward to go forwards, it kind of shows me the obstacles in my area. I can tap to park and it's still there, but if I take my foot off the brake, that goes away. It's pretty seamless. I kind of like that. A lot of people were not sure, you know, if it's going to be an issue getting used to the lack of a physical shifter. Honestly, I can tell you, for me, it has not been an issue. Now this is the Model X, so it's got those falcon wing doors and my finger in the way of the camera. So this is pretty cool. Of course, again, you've got your dog hair that comes with the car. No, I'm kidding. You've got your wireless chargers here. Now, for me, I've got the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 3, which has the wireless charging pad kind of lower down on the phone, and the wireless charging, the inductive coils are right around here. So for me, having my phone in there, the inductive coil ends up being right around here. So in order for this to work, I have to close my phone, and I've got this little super slim lighter that just goes right in there, and I put my phone on top of that when it's folded up, and that puts the coil in about the right place. Storage. Let's talk about storage. 2 decent sized cup holders. They're going to feel like a tight fit because they've got these little nubbins here, but they're hollow. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little nubbin there. It's hollow, so I can just push it in. Of course, I can push in the whole thing there if I get this out of the way. I can push that in. I got a bunch of bullshit down there. I can slide that forward. It's one of those kind of two-phase slide things, so I can slide it twice. You got your main kind of thing there, your storage. Push it back and you've got more storage, so you can put your game controllers and such in there. Down here inside, you've also got a couple of USB ports. All right, let's talk a little bit about the interface. Sorry for the kind of jump cut there. Down here, I've got this is Bluetooth connected to my phone. Oh boy.
Like I said, don't play sports games. But
okay, that's connected to my phone via Bluetooth. That's pretty cool. You can slide it down. You've got your whole navigational thing up there. Over here, if you have the premium connectivity thing, you can have your satellite overview and live traffic data and all that shit. That's like $10 a month for the premium connectivity. My 2018 Model X came with that for free. Now you got to pay for it. Same thing, unlimited supercharging. No, you do not have that anymore. Even if you did on a previous car, you don't get that anymore. But supercharging is still super cheap, and you should be doing most of your charging at home, which ends up usually being about 1/10 the cost of gas. So not a huge deal. Plus, if you can afford, you know, $150,000 Model X Plaid, you can probably afford to pay for supercharging on the rare occasion that you need it. Here we've got the quick controls for the, what do you call it, climate. You can slide up on that to get the full controls, and you can switch to the rear. All the seats in the Model X, I assume on all the Model X's, but maybe just on the Plaid, I don't know, have heated rear seats and cooled? No, not cooled. They do look to be ventilated though. I'll just swing this around here. They look like they're ventilated. So maybe there's a way to get them, to be cooled. I don't know. The front seats are definitely heated and cooled. Same kind of AC vent interface as on the 3 and Y. Camp mode, dog mode, keep AC on mode. They all kind of do similar stuff. You've got your bioweapon defense mode as usual. Come back. And heated yoke. You've got the heated windshield wipers. That's a thing that I did not have on my 2018 Model X. Here, if we go to cool and turn that on, now my butt is extremely cold. It works very quickly. I am chilly as hell, but hey, if you ever got swamp ass, that'll sort you out. It still won't let me cool those back there. So maybe the rear seats are not cooled, just heated. Okay. The other cool thing this has that my 2018 Model X did not have, it figures out, you know, you don't have to manually set the heat seater or the seat heater or cooler. It figures that out based on your desired temperature and the current temperature. If it's way below your current temperature, it'll turn on the seat heater. If it's way above your set temperature, then it will turn on the seat cooler, which is very cool. Now let's have a quick look at the cameras. You can see on the cameras, you got your repeater cameras. Really easy to view that. If I turn on, let's say I go into reverse. Well, I mean, I'm always going to see that, so that's a bad example. Say I turn on my turn signal here, and you can see the animation there, but I also get my repeater camera. The other turn signal, I get the other repeater camera. I'm sitting here in a dispensary parking lot because I just had the notion to make this video, and they were the closest place I could pull in, so they probably think I'm really weird right now. While I'm here, let's have a quick look at the apps. So you got your Dashcam, and you can, by the way, tap and hold on one of these, and it's going to let you move it, swap it out with another one of these, or you can just remove it. You've got your Dashcam, phone, calendar, messages, theater, that allows you to watch TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, Disney+, Netflix, Hulu, and I think that's it. Yep, that is it. And then you've got your Toybox. I'm really tempted to turn on the megaphone right now because that is just a super fun feature. If somebody's annoying you, of course you can't do it unless you're in park, unfortunately. It would be great for road rage if I could just pop on the megaphone and be like, hey, jackass, get out of the way of my vehicle trying to go. But I can't do that, just in park. That's probably for the best. You can also play your current media on boombox mode. You can change your horn sound, your driving sound, your summon sound. You can have it play like snake jazz while your car is being summoned. Of course, you can only set these things in park. A lot of this you don't have while you're driving. Again, probably for the best. Let's have a look at the arcade. Some really cool games here. Battle of Polytopia, Sonic the Hedgehog. That one requires a controller. This one does not. It works with a touchscreen. It also has online features. Sudoku, Sky Force Reloaded. That game's actually pretty fun. You kind of drag your ship around on the screen. It's kind of like an old school Gattaca shoot 'em up kind of bullet hell space game. Solitaire Cat Quest. That game is super fun. I've been playing the hell out of that one while charging. Fallout Shelter. That does not require a controller. I should mention Cat Quest does require a controller. Stardew Valley, Backgammon, Cuphead does require a controller. Stardew Valley supports a controller but doesn't require it. Beach Buggy Racing, this one actually turns your steering yoke into the controller for the car. You can also control the game with the touchscreen or with a controller. You can pair it to the back screen, which I hope you can see that. And then someone else can play with you. You can also do split screen play on this front screen here while you're supercharging with a person in the passenger seat. Toybox, there's loads of stuff in there as usual. Of course, you got your emissions mode. Big bonus to the emissions mode here, you have this exterior speaker icon, so you can actually make a fart sound outside of your car. You can make it sound like your car is farting. And frankly, if that isn't the future, I simply don't know what is. I don't know what else you could possibly want out of the future. It's that your car can fart now, okay? Just, what do you want? You got your kind of, what is it, Fruity Loops type of app here. That's just fun. You can make little neat little beats. It's surprisingly fun to play with. Got your romance mode as usual, your sketchpad, Mars mode, Santa mode, your boombox, I talked about that earlier, and your light show. A lot of that stuff is the same, but some of it is new. You got your browser here. It works pretty well. It's kind of slow. I'm not sure if it's Chromium based, which would be ideal. I'm not sure if it is though. FM, Streamium, TuneIn, Tidal. You got your Spotify on here, so good stuff there. Got your volume controls here, and dragging up on that just brings up the AC, which is not what I wanted. Let's go into the car's settings. A lot of settings here on the main thing. They kind of moved a lot of stuff onto the main view when you hit your car button there. Of course, you can control all the stuff with these buttons up here. Your Falcon Wing doors, your regular old doors, your trunk and frunk. Frunk still requires that you manually close it by getting out of the car and pushing down on it a couple of times. So keep that in mind. Don't open the frunk unless you're ready to get out and close it. Window lock, obviously charge port. I mean, all these things are pretty self-explanatory. You can add a pin to your glove box. I don't know if you could do that on the previous models. I don't think so because they had a physical button for them. But now you can add a pin to your glove box. Quick button to raise suspension. Your steering controls and mirrors can be adjusted from right here, and then you control it with the with this kind of thing here. Your mirrors, same thing. You control them with the left wheel thingy on your mirrors. If you have something you want to record the last few minutes, you can hit the record button. Sentry mode you can configure to turn on automatically, but there you can manually turn it on. Switch your car into neutral right there. Your acceleration, you got Plaid mode. I want to mention you no longer have creep mode. So if you're used to, you know, that mode that basically turns regenerative braking off, you no longer have that. So keep that in mind. I find that a little bit annoying. I liked creep mode, but I'm getting used to it. And the regenerative braking is, you know, better for your battery and everything, is just better. There's more stuff I want to go over, but I'm going to stop right here because I'm going over time. So I'm going to make a follow-up video in just a little bit to go over some more of this stuff. So if you like this video, hit like, get subscribed, and see the follow-up. We're going to go through more of these settings in here, especially the autopilot settings, the safety settings, the display settings, and all the new stuff we're going to talk about. So get subscribed if you want to see that, like, share, and do all the things that one normally does when they're having a nice time on YouTube. Thanks.